Okay, in this video we're going to create a porch for this back door and place a roof over top of it and some columns to hold up the roof. So I'm going to go to the first floor, go to floor, and we're going to use a 4-inch concrete slab here, and I'm just going to sketch it using the rectangle tool. So I'm going to zoom in here. And remember, a sketch is just a sketch. I'm not worried about dimensions when I draw it, because I can always go back and adjust it to exactly what I want. 4 feet by 6 feet in this case. Okay, hit the check mark, and there I have my 4-inch concrete slab. Now that I've created the slab, I want to center it on this door, so I can just go in and click that midpoint, line it up with this end point, and the slab is centered. Okay, next thing I want to do is create a roof, and I'm just going to go back to architecture and create the roof. And I'm going to have my 6-inch overhang again, and I have define slope checked, so I'm going to select this part of the porch right here. Now to get my overhang, I need to set this offset for 6 inches. Okay. Then I'm going to turn off the define slope, and I'm going to offset 6 inches on either side here. Okay. Then I'm going to switch to pick walls, and I'm going to pick the back wall of the house here with a 0 overhang. Okay, and that gives me a line across the back there. Then I want to go in and just trim off the corners here. And create my roof. Now you'll notice there's a problem with that roof. I actually created it on the first floor. Easy to fix. I just click the roof, and instead of it being on the first floor, I move it to the roof base and hit apply. Also, looks like the slope is not correct, so I'm going to do edit footprint. Click on this line, and I see it's on 912. I want it to be 312. So I just change that, and that's looking pretty good. Next thing I want to do is I want to take that roof and attach it to the house roof. You can see it's kind of just floating out there in space. So I click the roof, and then I come up to join unjoin roof. Okay. And I click this back edge of the roof first. It tells me down here to click an edge of a roof. And then I click the face here, and it extends it right out. Okay, so now I'm going to take a look at it from the east elevation. And we zoom in here, and we see our soffits don't quite line up. I can easily just click on that roof and use the down arrow and align those soffits. I could draw a guideline there if I wanted to be more precise, but for the purpose of the video I'll just align it that way. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I want to create a little wall, piece of a wall here as kind of to close off the side of the porch roof. And to do that, I'm going to go back to the floor plan, first floor, and just go to wall. Okay. And I'm going to use the same exterior wall that I used on the house. And I'm going to place that wall right along the edge of the porch here. And I want that wall to start at the roof base, not the first floor. So I'm going to switch that to roof base, and I just want it to be unconnected and 1 foot high. Okay, now to get this to line up correctly, I want to make sure that I'm on finish face exterior, and I'm moving in a clockwise direction, so that would be this way. And it's just going to tell me that I can't see that wall on the first floor. So how about if I switch to the roof base? Okay, and I can now see that wall. Okay, so go back to wall again, and I'll draw the wall on this side, still going clockwise. Okay. Now if I go to the 3D view, you'll see that the wall isn't exactly what I'm looking for yet. It's kind of sticking through the roof here. And if I go to my east elevation, you can see that it doesn't quite fill all the way up into this angle, and I think I'm actually going to want it to come down and line up with the soffits here. Now in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the wall and you're going to do an edit profile, and what that does, it gives you the outline of the wall. We're pretty much going to totally redesign this wall now, so we'll start by taking that bottom line and just moving it down, and I'll have to remove the constraints, and lining up that with the bottom of the soffit here. Okay, these other three lines, I'm just going to delete them because we don't need them. Okay, now up here in the draw panel, there's a pick lines button. I'm going to pick some lines here to complete the outline of this wall. Okay, and then I'm going to use the corner command to trim it, extend it. Again, we're going to unjoin. And you can kind of see what I'm trying to do here. The profile of a wall has to be a closed shape. Okay, so I had to trim off all that excess, hit the check mark. Now I have a nice little piece of wall in the corner at the end of the porch roof there. I can also see now that my soffits aren't really lining up, so I might want to go back and adjust that a little bit. But if we take a look at that in 3D, you can now see that little piece of wall on the end of the porch roof there. Last thing to do here is place a couple of porch posts. So I'm going to do that also by looking at the roof base layer. Okay, and I have it in wireframe mode, so I can kind of see right through the roof, and I can see my two little walls there, which is where I want to line my posts up. So that's helpful to do that. Okay. And I'm going to go to column, and I'm going to choose an architectural column. Let's go back there and make sure we got the architectural. There we go. And I'm going to use a chamfered 4x4. Okay, which if that's not there, you just load family. And I'm going to place the post right on the edge of the porch, below that little wall that I have there. Back to my 3D view. And I can see that my posts need a little bit of adjustment. Okay, because I put them on the roof base layer. So let's just adjust that down to the first floor. Hit apply. Okay, and then I want them to go up to the roof base layer. Hit apply. And that brings them right into place, and there I have my nice little porch.